No, you're gonna dig this.
Hello guys, this is Modest Major here, bringing you some commentary over some Team Regicide gameplay. This is featured in the newly added Team Objective playlist. I don't actually think I've made it a mission to make a video on Team Objective, telling you guys my thoughts on it. I'm actually loving the playlist, and it really feels like there's these moments where I'm playing Halo 4 and it feels like 343 reads my mind and adds something in. And for a while, it felt like the opposite of that was happening, because we had stuff like heavies and we had like BTB variants and then race. And to be honest, even though I kind of enjoy them, they're not going to keep me going for a really long time. Well, I don't enjoy heavies flat out, but race is okay. But then this came around, and this was a playlist which is pretty much my scene. You know, I've been saying that I wanted King of the Hill back for quite some time, and this has actually been keeping me going till MCC, and I definitely needed some incentive to do so, because I was getting a little bit bored of Halo 4. I actually find Halo 4 a game I can play for a long stretch of time. It's just that they've tweaked the playlist so often that at that point in time, no playlist seemed to match my needs of what I was looking for, whereas Team Objective has playlists like King of the Hill, has playlists like Ricochet, Extraction, and they're just great. Those are my favorite playlists. I love objective game types, despite the fact that I rarely play the objective because I am a scumbag and I like to play the Slayer role. They still, I don't know, they're just enjoyable for me, and they have better maps. I'm a big fan of the 4v4 maps. Founded matchmaking, not so big a fan of the, you know, BTB style of matchmaking, especially in Halo 4. I can't help but feel that Halo 4 did BTB the worst in the franchise. But moving forward, I'd also like to apologize for not making videos for a little while. You know, it's not that I haven't had the time, it's not that I haven't had the motivation, it's just I haven't been very creative with the videos that I want to create. I haven't been able to think of something that I'm like, that's a winning idea, you know, that's something I want to put out there and that's going to be enjoyable for you guys. And I don't like the idea of putting up a video for the sake of putting up a video. Even though I had the motivation to do so, it's not like I didn't have energy or time. I didn't want to waste your guys' time, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's plenty of that going on, you know, in the Halo community, of people uploading for the sake of uploading, and to be honest, you know, it's not something I enjoy watching. Not everyone's doing it, obviously. People like Denimentary, people like Craig Spartan, people like Lurker, quite a few people making worthwhile videos, but a lot of people are either not making videos very much at all, or they're making videos that are kind of just put up to be put up, you know what I mean? So I don't really subscribe to that idea. But at the same time, MCC is quickly approaching, and I want my presence to be known. You know, I'm not dropping out the community. I'm very much looking forward to MCC. In fact, what I've been doing is I've been live streaming for a long amount of time. And usually when it comes down to the thought of like, oh, I'm going to try and make a video, instead it's a lot easier to be live streaming, because I can just enjoy this new Team Objective playlist without necessarily having to stretch my brain out for a single little upload just to keep myself going. You know, Team Objective has been great fun, and Anniversary is shaping up to be an absolute godlike game. That's another one of the reasons I haven't been uploading too much, is it's just because it's so good. What have I got to say about it? It's like, we've got a 50k open tournament happening for Halo 2 Anniversary, which is going to include big names like Ogre 2, Pistola, Optic Halo versus STK. I'll leave a link in the description to the roster lineups if you guys haven't seen them. T-Squared will also be competing, and Gandhi kind of has this random oddball team of people like Gandhi, Puckett, I can't remember the other two, but it's a pretty funny team. Maven's on it as well. It's kind of crazy. But it's basically, you know, it's an invitational, so not everyone gets to attend. So it's a lot of the big names and celebrities and star players, essentially, which I think is super exciting. And 50k is no small amount of money. It's nothing to scoff at, and it gives MCC this real feeling of viability of, you know, there's potential in this game, and there's potential for the coming years, moving into Halo 5 Guardians from MCC, for the community to grow and for people to get invested and people to realize why they picked up Halo in the first place and why it's worth going back to. There's still these questions in the air of, can it ever compete with the likes of CSGO and League of Legends? Although I think our chances are slim, I do not think they're like negligible. I don't think we'll ever be on top necessarily, but you know what I mean. We could get into a reputable position. We could get into a position where Halo is not swept to the side, and I definitely think it's exciting. I think a lot of people in the community are going to give it as good a go as they physically can, and I hope people, you know, restrain their positive opinions or their negative opinions until we we've gotten to a suitable position in the community. You know, I don't want people, when it comes to the Halo 5 Guardians beta I'm more discussing, I don't want people writing it off or saying that it's the godlike game of the generation. You know, just be fair, be normal, like, play it, and play it for a good amount of time, invest some hours, and decide, you know, whether Halo holds a future. And I think MCC is a very good platform to keep us going until Halo 5 Guardians, but I'm not sure it's going to be, like, the top game. MCC, I don't think will take the world by storm. I think it's going to do well, though. I think it's going to do well, and it's going to keep building momentum for Halo 5 Guardians. And I think that's very exciting, and from a Halo player's perspective, it's a dream come true. It's something that I really want to play. I love the map lineup. We got stuff like Warlock. We got stuff like, you know, maps like Sanctuary. We got maps like Ascension, and we got a nice mixture of a couple of big maps, a couple of small maps, competitive maps, and I think there's enough there to keep things interesting for quite some time. I'll be interested to see what the developments of Forge are, and whether they're going to do a good job of that. And make it more aesthetically pleasing. I think that's always been the problem with Forge since day one, is that Halo 4 Forge can get a little bit weary on the eyes, and even more so with Halo Reach. You know, Halo Reach is not a game I enjoyed seeing the Forge being capitalized on, and it kind of gave a lot of developers, I mean, and the developers in terms of making Halo, it kind of gave them a free pass to not make as many default maps, which I was never a big fan of. You know, it's got to enhance the experience, not become the experience, in my experience with Forge. But I think it definitely does give them an opportunity to make more Halo 2 classic maps and stuff like Midship and bring that back, and hopefully it looks good enough and functions well enough to make it a viable addition to the map. So I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. I'm going to be streaming MCC since day one, so I'll leave my stream link in the description, and I'm hoping I'm going to, you know, come up with some ideas, and I've got a couple in my head already as to making videos revolving around MCC. I don't just want to make them generic, I want to make a good go of it. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, hope you guys enjoyed the commentary, and no, I'm not dead, no, I've not disappeared off the face of the universe. Sorry for making you guys worried if I did. But thanks very much for watching, peace.